What's up, enchanters? Welcome back to another episode of Enchanting Unboxing. Last week, because it's an immersive experience. Y'all are with me on this journey. Unboxed the Sentinel 1 diorama, which was an epic video. And 4 days later, these finally arrived together. And this is the 2 additional proximity pieces to the X-Men 90s Jim Lee inspired Iron Studios diorama collection. Now, if this is your first time experiencing me, hi, how are you? I'm Jean-Pierre Bon Jovi, and welcome to Enchanting Unboxing. On this channel, every Monday, I come to you live with unboxing something. Now, I'm not a niche channel, so I unbox a little bit of everything. So, from Disney, Pokemon, collectibles, vintage toys, you name it, I unbox it. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell below, ding, to get notified every time I come to you and upload. Sorry. I just had cashew butter for the first time, and there's like a little nut that's stuck in my throat. And I come to you every Monday with a video. I also come on Thursdays with Pokemon unpackings and or something else. So I don't always upload every Thursday, but I try my bestest to. And so I'm so excited to have you here. And again, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I finally started uploading more content. And thank you so much to everyone. I forgot to mention it on the last video, but we have reached over 200 subscribers, which feels like a mild milestone. I appreciate it. We've been here since January of 2021, and I personally have not even promoted my channel to anyone on Facebook, on Instagram. I haven't promoted it anywhere to my actual following already, or like my relatives, and it just authentically is 200 complete strangers who have found me, and thank you. I appreciate you for being here with me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into and speak more about the Iron Studios Colossus and Pyro proximity pieces. So a little bit about these. I pre-ordered these in December of 2025. I mentioned it in my previous video, and if you haven't already, make sure you go check out my previous video, last week's video, in which I unboxed the diorama piece. And so this is the 3rd video I do, and I'm super duper excited because we just got 2 additional proximity pieces. We already have Mystique. Where are we? Over there. We have Mystique, Professor Xavier, and Cable already. They're there. That was my first video. You can check my channel in which I unbox all 3 of those. And then we did the diorama, and then we have these 2 pieces. So let's talk a little bit about what this is all about before we dive into this. Now, fair warning, I haven't opened them. I cut open. There's a tape that's around the styrofoam. I've already cut that open because it is tedious, and I don't want to do that on camera. So that's the only thing, but I have not experienced and or opened these. I'm not sure if they're damaged. I don't know how the paint job is. So we're going to experience that together for the first time. Before we dive into them, what is this collection all about? So Iron Studios is a Brazilian, which I didn't mention on my previous video. Iron Studios, they are a Brazilian-based company. These are manufactured in China, but they are designed, sculpted, and initially painted in Brazil, and then the rest of the work is done in China. I'm also going to go ahead and link a video on how much work it takes to actually paint these. Now, a little bit also about the price points. These range anywhere from like $160 to $220, depending on the girth and the size of the proximity piece. And they are 1/10 scale, which is quite a small scale. Think about the size of an action figure, 1/10 of a scale. But they are statues. They're made of polyresin, and typically 1/10 scale pieces is something that's really unattractive to collectors of statues or maquettes because the detailing is typically crap, but not with Iron Studios. They are literally the first and only studio right now that is creating 1/10 pieces, but the amount of detail that they are implementing and the paint job and the textures and how they're creating this work, I mean, it's like looking at a 1/6 even the quality is way better than a 1/8 scale, but even like 1/6, 1/4 half scale. It's insane the amount of detail that they're able to apply, to implement on these pieces, which is really exciting. And a little bit about this collection is the biggest work ever to be experienced in a like a diorama series ever made. No studio, no company has ever done what Iron Studios is creating with this Sentinel diorama piece. Now, Iron Studios is known for their diorama pieces, like they did Jurassic Park. They have Batman, the animated movie, which I already have 2 pieces coming in, and I desperately want to get the Batmobile with Batman, but I think $1,000 is a little too steep, so I'm trying to find it cheaper in the secondary market. So, shout out below or comment below if you know where I can find it just a little cheaper than $1,000. Aside from that, they have Mortal Kombat, a series of Mortal Kombat diorama pieces, you name it. They've done, what's the Cats thing? I didn't grow up watching it. Thundercats. They've done so many diorama series, Avengers, a movie, etc. But this is their biggest scale ever. And so they're creating 3 Sentinel dioramas, which are massive pieces that range anywhere from $1,300 to $1,700, 3 of those. And then they have these additional proximity pieces and side characters that you can add to it to create the entire scene. Now, this is a massive project, and they have many pieces coming out. The first one being Cable, which was a Brazilian con exclusive. Now you can only find it in a secondary market. Mystique and Professor Xavier, which were the first 2 releases. They are unfortunately sold out. You can only find those as well in the secondary market. Some websites where you can find these is Sideshow Collectibles and or IronStudios.com. I like Iron Studios because sometimes you can get a discount. If you add something to your cart but you don't check out, on the next day they'll probably send you a 10% coupon on your entire purchase. So if you want to buy it all in bulk, you can. And you can organize anything that you pre-order up to a 10-month payment plan. You just put 10% down. You're going to get 10% off of your entire purchase, then 10% deposit down, and then every month you pay 10% towards it. So your entire purchase, which is feasible. And then after that, they released, after the Mystique and Professor Xavier, the Sentinel One Piece came out. There's the original, or there's the Deluxe Premium, which is the one we unboxed, which comes with the 5 proximity characters. And then now we just released Colossus and Pyro. Really released, they just launched this month, and so this is really exciting. And then the next one coming out is Sabretooth, followed by I'm already seeing China's already getting their shipment of the second Sentinel. God, I feel like we're talking forever and we haven't even unboxed this yet. But China just released the second version of the Sentinel, and we just found out that they were numbered. These proximity pieces are not numbered because Iron Studios, if this is really popular and demand becomes increasingly more and more higher, they may make an additional release of it. Hence why they don't have an edition size to them. But the premium Sentinels, the deluxe ones that we opened up last week, those are numbered out of 1,400. So, and after this, we have Sabretooth, Emma Frost, and Jean Grey are coming out. Those proximity pieces. So I'm so excited. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to start with Colossus first. Again, this is maybe over. This is the art box. As we zoom in, those traditional 90s X-Men colors. There is a dent in mine. Womp womp. Hoping that doesn't reflect any damage inside. So I'm going to go ahead and let's cut into this bad boy. Now again, I have already cut open the tape around it just to save us time. The styrofoam is very heavy duty, which I really appreciate. It's that compressed styrofoam, which really keeps the pieces secured and safe. Which side is going to open? Okay, cool, it doesn't matter. Awesome. This piece is going to be quite easy. There is 2 pieces. There is the base, and there is the actual statue, which is awesome. And we have Colossus, and it's as simple as that. So Let's go ahead and apply the base. I'm going to talk about the base first. So let's look at this base. So as you zoom in, here we have the base. Very similar to Colossus base. It's the gravel. A lot of people are confused about the bases. Like why some of it's wood, some of it's gravel, and you have to understand half of the scene is outside, like at the courtyard of the school, while the other portion of the scene is inside of the school. So this is the courtyard. Similar to Cables, but it looks different. Cables is more like white gray. This has more like a beige gray. I'll say it's completely different, the base, in comparison to Cables. I don't know why Cables looks more realistic. This one looks different. You do see the, by the way, this is the bottom of the base. Right there, it's just the name. It's just Colossus Iron Studios 1/10 scale. That's all you get here. I'm noticing something, and that is the actual, like, so there's like moss coming out of the ground, right? And the moss, the paint job is not the best. The paint job on Cables was very, 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 very detailed. This one is a little sloppy, I'm not going to lie. I like everything else. My biggest pet peeve is that the base is a little, is slightly, it's not slightly, it's very much different than the one that Cable came with. The material feels and looks different. Maybe a different sculptor, different painters as well, but overall, and the little green moss that's coming around is a little sloppy. There you have it. There's also something about this scene that I don't understand, is like, if the pavement outside is flat, clean, I don't understand why there would be cracks and moss already protruding if it's actually happening now. So it's very much not accurate, because you can tell that all of this debris and the cut in the pavements just happened, like literally moments ago as the Sentinel came through the school. It does not give it enough time for the moss to actually grow in between the cracks of the gravel. Makes no sense whatsoever. Not unless the school just has always been demolished, the outside of it, and so like the moss has been growing, but this is like the result of like 2 years of like not keeping up with like the pavement. And then we have Colossus. Before we even expect him, let's go ahead and put this here. That was like my thought with the Cable one, and I'm experiencing it here too. So he does have a peg, and there is a magnet as well. Give me one moment. Perfect. So there's a peg that keys in, and then his other foot actually has a magnet, which I think is pretty cool. I don't think you even need it, but it does. And so as we zoom in and we experience him, let's go ahead and look into the specs of this. Let's start with his foot. Looks amazing. Honestly, it looks amazing. You can see like the weatherness. There's a little bit of like dirt, like he's been, you know, his boot is red, but you're noticing it a lot, like really weathered and used. It's very much lighter, like almost like a beigeish pink, because he's been utilizing. I love that attention to detail. You would not get that in a 1/10 scale figure. The paint job looks amazing. There's a little bit of gloss on his belt. There's texture on his costume. His metal looks amazing. His fingers as they grip, what seems to me to be like a thigh of a sentinel. I mean, it's just amazing. His teeth, the hair, the eyes, the facial expression. It's a beautiful Colossus. There's really nothing I can't say anything bad about this piece. He's a lot thicker and girthier than most of the characters in the 1/10 scale, and of course, he's Colossus. He's colossal in size. So pretty kick-ass. And then lastly, he's gripping onto this sentinel piece. You can see the bolts, the wires coming out of here. It looks amazing. There's just a little bit, not the greatest of rust They used a completely different paint job on the bolts and rust than they did on the actual piece, which I wish they would have transcended throughout every piece. That little attention to detail makes all the more difference. This piece is very, very, very light versus like this piece on the actual Sentinel that the actual diorama Sentinel would be far heavier. So they made this very hollow and light. Of course, it's a smaller piece and he's sustaining this. So that makes sense. I will say I love the cables here. I actually like the cables here a lot more than I do on the bust of the Sentinel as Wolverine busts through it. Looks amazing. Overall, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm not mad at it at all. The paint job's amazing. He looks amazing. The one thing my one disappointment is the grass on the gravel, on the pavement. It just doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me, and it's poorly painted. It just looks like someone quickly just grabbed a paintbrush and just went right through it. So that is a little disappointing. So we're going to keep him right there. And let's go ahead and dive into Pyro. I am really, really, really excited about this Pyro. Love Pyro. I love his colors. Same as we zoom in. Seems to be two pieces. We have the base. And we have Pyro. Oh no, there's 4 pieces to this. Let's keep Pyro like this. We also have his flames, which be very cautious. They're on the top of this lid, but they are covered in styrofoam, so they're not going to easily fall out. But still be mindful. You may undo this and chuck this, and you'll have these flame resin pieces inside there. Okay. Yay, we did it! Take you out of here too. Let's start. Okay. So here we have the base. Again, it's on the outside. This is a piece you're not going to put inside with, like, you know, we're not going to position this inside of the school. There's really 2 sides of this diorama. Most of it is outside, and then 1/3 of it is going to be inside the school. So depending on the base that you get, that's where you would position the character, the proximity piece. Clearly these 2 are outside of the school. And so I like this little rock detail. I think it's awesome. I don't know what this is. It's almost like I'm not sure it's like an extra backpack or something like a flamethrower or just like an additional weapon that someone just has. I think it's his, like an extra like fuel cannon or something. I don't know what it is. I'd love to know what it is. So if you know what it is, comment below. But it seems to be like an additional fuel pack or like some sort of a gun or projector. You have 1 peg, and then you have Pyro. So Pyro looks sexy. Well, let's go ahead and put Pyro in, and then we'll put the flames, and we'll talk a little bit more about Pyro. So he's going to go towards an angle like this and then down because his leg rests on this, which I really love that detail. What I love about these details, like same thing with Cable here, he's just not like positioned straight like this with both legs flat. No, there's dimension to this. You know, it's like they captured just like a quick little like still of a moment, and they created these, which I really, really, really love. Sweet. So let's go ahead and put these flamethrowers in here. You just stab this in. That is it. No need to twist. There you go. Perfect. So I think this one is probably going to go over here because this one's a shorter flame and his hand is more inward. Yeah, I think this would be better. And this one's longer. Perfect, yeah. That's a better match. And there you have it. So as we zoom in, there he is. So amazing. Pyro has the ability to manipulate fire. He can't create it, but he can manipulate it. And so he has his, let's start with his backpack. So his backpack is where he has his fuel. And then what I love about this, there's 2 mixed media cords here, which is so kick-ass. And this mixed media cord is what carries the fuel into his hands, which ignite the fire, and then he's able to manipulate it. So amazing. I will say I'm a little disappointed with his coloring. It's like a banana yellow. Not even, it's more like a mustard yellow versus I was presuming a brighter yellow. In the cartoon series, I remember seeing a much more brighter yellow. So I'm a little disappointed with that. I don't feel like this is as accurate to the 90s. His costume is, his style is, everything is, but I feel like this is supposed to be more of a yellow. That's the one thing I just don't care for. Again, you have the fraying in the boots. The design, the paint job looks amazing. There's texture in the center of his costume. There's like a red metal foil painting on the sides here of his costume. Looks amazing. The flames are like these resins, very similar to, I think it's made of the same material as Cyclops' optic beam and Wolverine's slash. So it's really made of that same like resin, which is pretty kick-ass. It looks amazing. It looks realistic. And I mean, overall it looks amazing. I know this one's a little cheaper than the Colossus. I believe Colossus is a little bit more expensive because he is heavier. And that is both of them side by side. Just so kick-ass. I cannot wait to have all 3 Sentinels, and that's not going to be till March of next year. It's estimated to arrive March of next year, the last and final Sentinel. But I cannot wait. And again, there's more proximity pieces being made as well, so I can't wait for them to just keep adding more and more and more. This is absolutely gorgeous. Overall, they're amazing. They're beautiful. There's an immense amount of detail, and I'm excited to have something like this. I don't have the space for this, but I definitely know that when I move into my own home, my goals within the next 2 years, I want to leave New York City ASAP. I definitely want to, these definitely going to be like the center of wherever I put them, whatever room that's going to be. I cannot wait to create this like center of a masterpiece where I'm going to exhibit all of these. It is absolutely stunning. So there you have it. This is the Colossus and Pyro from Iron Studios Sentinel Diorama Collection. Thank you for being here with me today. Next week we are going to uncover the entire Beauty and the Beast collection. Yes, entire Beauty and the Beast capsule collection from Disney Jim Shore. There's been some requests, and so that's what we're going to do. That's going to be next Monday. And yeah, thank you so much for being with me here today. Don't forget, again, it means the world when you subscribe. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers literally by like end of August. So I have goals, and once we get to 10K subscribers, there will be an incredible giveaway. I promise it's going to be epic. I don't know what it's going to be, but as we get closer and draw closer to the date, there's going to be something epic. So thank you for being with me here today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Marvel fans, I hope you enjoyed this. Comment below, are you collecting these? I know a lot of people don't want all of the pieces. They want particular ones, so I hope this video supported you on making that decision. Again, a lot of these are no longer even available for pre-order anymore. Like these two, I don't even think they're on Iron Studios anymore for pre-order. Or even, I think they're sold out. So these pieces are selling out incredibly fast. The more and more people that are doing reviews on these, they're selling out faster and faster. So I don't know if they're going to reissue them. I'm not sure where you can find them on a secondary market, But if you have, I wouldn't put too much more thought into these pieces. If you want them, hurry up and get them. They're flying out fast. So stay amazing, stay awesome, everyone. Stay blessed, and I'll catch you next Monday with another episode of Enchanting Unboxing. Stay amazing. Take it easy. Bye.